KHOU 11 News at 5 starts now.
And right now at 5, an Arctic blast rolling through Texas, including our area, bringing with it snow, rain, sleet, and extremely cold temperatures. Live look right now. The Houston skyline you can barely see there on the left as temperatures continue to drop. On the right, a look at College Station. See that stuff on the ground? They're already seeing some sleet there.
In Dallas, they've seen ice and snow, a white powder dusting on some rooftops and roadways. Winter weather advisory and a winter storm warning are in place for some counties now in our area. And Harris County activating its emergency operations center.
Fort Bend and Cy-Fair ISD, we just learned, are the latest schools to announce they are closed tomorrow. Fort Bend and Cy-Fair ISD closed tomorrow. Governor Greg Abbott warning Texans that ice will be a concern.
We are dealing with one of the most significant icing events that we've had in the state of Texas in at least several decades.
We have crews spread out all across the state, bringing you the very latest conditions.
But on deck first, the KHOU 11 weather team, Tim Pandagis and David Paul. Dave, lead us off. Where's that super cold system right now?
Boy, well, it's reached downtown. The rain part has, but temperatures have remained just above freezing in the Houston metro. So the wet west side of the 610 loop is just that, it's wet. But boy, are we close to a problem. Bush at 34, Sugar Land at 35, so just a few degrees above the freezing mark. Tomball's 1 degree above freezing at 33. Conroe's now below freezing at 31, and then it's colder. You're freezing further out west. And here is that line of rain and then transitioning over to freezing rain in the pink and then some sleet further off to the west. And that's all you can see moving into the heart of Harris County right now. It's all rain in Houston proper. And temperatures in here are just above freezing. But you get out toward Cypress and Katy, I-10 at the 99 connector, 290 at the 99 connector. You know those high flyovers. Well, those are the most exposed and vulnerable parts of our infrastructure system to icing. And they're just on the edge. Temperatures are right near freezing. No icing reported there at the moment, but it's going to be close. And over the next hour or so, they may have some issues there. There's Cypress at 32, right near freezing. Katy just above freezing, but barely at 33. So we'll monitor that as it moves across the city. And then, Tim, temperatures are set to plunge.
Yeah, our focus overnight, David, will turn to the cold that'll be in place for a long duration right through the day tomorrow. So we've got hard freeze warnings up until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that's for temperatures to dip well below the freezing mark for several hours. On top of that, it'll be breezy, so wind chill advisories, which will make it feel like it's in the teens in many spots by tomorrow morning. So here's where temperatures currently are. We're in the upper 20s, low 30s, sub-freezing in a lot of spots west and north of the city. Here's where temperatures are going throughout the night tonight. Falling fast after that sun sets this evening. We'll end up around 30 at Bush by 9:30, mid-20s to the north of there, and then falling further by tomorrow morning. We'll end up in the mid-20s, even a few teens well west and north of the city there. And we're not going to warm up all that much too soon. By the lunch hour, we're still around freezing. We don't break past it until early afternoon, so it's going to be a while before we get those temperatures to warm up. So this evening, expect some freezing rain pockets and some sleet pellets too. That tapers off by 9, 10 o'clock. Watch for the icy spots with temperatures getting chilly. Wind chills in the upper teens by 11 p.m. Now the evening commute's getting underway now. Junior Caruso's here with a check if there's any problems.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon. Right now we are looking on the East Freeway. This is the inbound side on the left. The lanes on the left are your inbound side, and traffic is moving slow here. We're seeing heavy traffic between the East Loop and the East Tex Freeway. The average speed through here is actually a little bit less than 20 miles an hour. So we're seeing delays over 30 minutes. And right now the side roads are moving slow as well. So there's really no good alternate. If you have to head through here, just plan on being a little late to wherever you're going. Give yourself a little extra time.
Yeah, time. Take your time, Junior. Thank you. College Station has seen sleet and even a little bit of snow today. TxDOT has been out pre-treating roads in the area since early yesterday. Xavier Walton joins us live from College Station. What are conditions like at this hour, Xavier?
Well, right now, Mia, it feels like we are in the teens. It feels like 15 degrees with that wind factored in. But I want to show you something that I'm a little concerned about, especially as we get into the evening hours. I'm going to take this here, and this is an icicle. So you see it here, and the problem is with that is once you come over here onto the concrete, I mean, once the sun goes down, I mean, this is what it's going to be like on the roads. That's why TxDOT is pre-treating those roads and doing it again and again. Earlier today, we also stopped by Texas A&M. Class canceled, but students were still there on campus.
I don't know how you could ride your bike in this. Walking is one thing, but riding your bike.
Look at that guy go. Oh my goodness.
And you know what? I also saw another student in shorts. That's what you get there on a college campus. But I'll tell you what, I spoke to TxDOT just a minute ago, and they said they're going to stay around the clock here as long as there is rain, sleet, maybe even that snow mixed in. They're going to stay out because they're going to have to keep retreating these roads, especially once it gets to nighttime. In College Station, Xavier Walton, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Xavier. Governor Greg Abbott says the power grid is performing well right now, and there will be plenty of power available to get us through all this. The governor saying the expected peak demand will be tonight at around 8 p.m. and tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. The governor is reassuring Texans the state has extra power, and if there are outages, they will be fixed quickly.
I am issuing a proclamation that authorizes the Texas Department of Public Safety to waive some regulations that will allow them, those repair trucks, to get into the state faster and easier.
The governor says Texas has more than 10,000 linemen working to help with power lines in the state, and another 2,000 linemen who are here helping from out of state.
Power grid changes can happen quickly. It's why we have investigative reporter Jeremy Rogowski keeping a close eye on conditions for us. Jeremy?
This is ERCOT's grid conditions dashboard, and as you can see right now, we are in the green. Right now, that means things are good. Let me show you why. This graph, the top line represents the available supply, power supply to the grid. The bottom graph, the current demand. As long as we have that comfortable cushion, the grid is operating the way it should. Now let's talk about that peak demand, which is supposed to occur tomorrow morning. There it is right there, about 8 a.m. State officials say even at this point, the grid should see an extra 10 gigawatts of power. For context, 10 gigawatts, Mia, represents power that could supply up to 2 million homes.
All right, Jeremy, with the power grid info everyone wants to know. Thank you so much.
All right, let's check in with Melissa Correa. She's live in Cypress tonight, where folks are making sure they are prepared. Mel.
I thought she was in Waller.
Hey there, Len. It's because of last year's epic power grid failure that people have been pulling into this Buc-ee's off of 290. They're filling up their cars and picking up fuel for generators just in case. Photojournalist Scott McKinney going to show you what's happening here as I remind you that some Texans are still recovering from last year's deadly freeze. Flashbacks to last February, also why some employers and schools sent people like Lizette home early.
Yes, I am preparing. I'm filling up my gas, my car, and I'm getting some water and batteries. And
you just want to be better safe than sorry?
Yes.
Listen, as we're approaching the 6 o'clock hour, so many others are taking the same approach as Lizette. And as I toss it back to you, Len, a reminder of what David Paul just shared. The Cypress area is nearing freezing temperatures. A wintry mix that included some ice just pushed through the area. And we've got some breaking news to pass over before I send it back to you. Houston police, out of an abundance of caution, are now asking Houstonians to stay off the road as of 10 p.m. tonight and through the early morning hours. It's because of these wet roads that are moving in through the Houston area and the concern that they're asking you, if you do not have to get on the road, please stay home. We've got a few hours until 10 p.m. Guys?
Yeah, it's good advice, Mel. Once you get home, it sounds like they're saying, stay home, please. Thank you.